How about instead of Germany being heavily punished for World War I, they just completely collapsed. Like they don't even really exist in the same form anymore. And now fascism and authoritarianism is rising all around the world. We're essentially talking about the age of radicalism, and I'm assuming it's happening in the 1920s. Yeah, 1922 to be exact. So in this scenario, obviously Germany has collapsed, but in turn, there's also been ultra-nationalist coups that have risen up in France and in Britain. Mind you, at this time, France and Britain have giant empires, like empires spanning the globe. So that has pretty much sent everything into chaos, including the United States for whatever reason. We've got an American corporate government in charge of Washington. Also, the Grand Lounge, the Free City of New York, they've just gone independent. Oh, I absolutely love that flag up here, though. New England's finally become their own state. Texas became a state again. The Ford Motor Company. The Ford Motor Company without Detroit? Okay, well, still, I don't know if I'd want to live here. Is Henry Ford in charge? That dude was crazy. The American Liberation Army. Also, the Mormon state of Idaho. So Mormons left Utah, apparently. California, Oregon, Soviet Republic, and Washington. The American corporate government, they still have the overseas territories that America did have. Did they have the Philippines too? Oh, the Philippines are independent. The Philippines are actually looking pretty good over here. They're not in chaos. And if you want your very own Philippines, check out that link down below at makeshift.com. You can get the Philippines, you can get Vietnam, you can get Thailand. You can make their life as chaotic or non-chaotic as possible. You can like throw them at walls and stuff. Let me see if I can throw this at a wall and it'll come back. Oh yeah, it's pretty bouncy. So essentially the British Empire has essentially collapsed after their nationalistic coup. They've lost all of Africa. France clearly still has their parts of Africa. The Brits also lost the Commonwealth of Australia, who immediately puppeted New Zealand and began to expand in the island of Guinea. They did have a chunk of this during the World War I times, but they now expanded even more. Indonesia went independent, so they immediately revolted from the Dutch. Oh, so the French did lose at least a part of Southeast Asia though. China's doing their thing. This is just normal for China to be completely broken up like this. Let's see if the Japanese with Hirohito begin to cause some chaos in Asia. Finally, Russia, again, also collapsed. They are still full on in their civil war, so the Soviets have not risen up here. Also, the Polish-Belarusian military district, they are definitely ultra-nationalistic. I think we can safely say that. There are still plenty of monarchs, which famously after World War I, that was kind of the end of the majority of monarchs around the world. Oh, Italy broke apart again. Even though they united in was it 1860 something, they are now torn apart. The Ottoman Empire famously did not survive World War I. They didn't survive in this scenario either. And British Raj is a complete mess. Man, we're gonna have to kill a lot of nations. There are 210 countries on this map. The biggest, by the way, being the Kingdom of Canada. So maybe the British monarch fled to Canada and this is now just like a fascist. Clearly there's some fascism going on. Just look at that flag. Who's in charge here? Is Oswald Mosley even old enough? He was like the famous fascist from the World War II times. Crazy that Russia was broken apart and yet they still have the second largest nation on earth. They've also puppeted Mongolia. Last thing to look at here are just the alliances. There's actually not much, which means there's going to be a lot of teams that form during the course of this scenario. We have a little team here in South Africa out of all these nations that, wait, that's the old like Dutch version of South Africa. It's called the Independent Cape Republic. Also, we have a lot of teams going on here in China. I actually didn't realize that there were so many teams. There's only usually like 2 or 3 members per team over here, but that is going to cause a lot of chaos. I can't even begin to break down what the hell is going on in China. By the way, in the collapsed Germany, the German Republic does still exist, but again, they don't look anything recognizable. There's Spartacus Bund, whatever that is. Man, these German names. Oh, the Bavarian Soviet Republic. So communism might rise up, as you saw in Bavaria and then Oregon. There are communists in charge. Oh, also the Free German Syndicates. So there are still communists that have control over some areas. They just don't have really any major power. I would assume Mao is somewhere down here in China, more than likely. The military government. Where's Mao at? I don't know which one he is. I hate to mess up such a beautiful map, but we've got to play the simulation at some point. Are we instantly starting off in a war? I think we are. Wow. Instantly, the visible empire of the second, what the hell? I almost missed that name. That is absolutely insane. Versus the Afro-American resistance. My god, what am I watching? There's actually 3 conflicts that started instantly in this game. We've got another war happening in the Arabian Peninsula. It is Hejaz versus the Emirate of Transjordan. Oh, that's right, Transjordan. That's because the British called it Transjordan, I believe. But because the British Empire no longer really exists, at least not in the Middle East, there's independent nations fighting. Also, Korea is united and fighting against, well, they're trying to fight against the Korean army to make this more independent. Oh boy. Okay, we've got more wars. Oh boy. The Kingdom of Canada is now attacking the Grand Lodge. What is the Grand Lodge? Also, New England is fighting the Grand Lodge. Meanwhile, this Free City of New York, they're just trying to chill. We've got another war happening, this time in Latin America. Oh, there's also alliances happening at the very same time. Oh, so the canal is here, but of course it is owned by the American corporate government. We have wars happening all around China. New England has peaced out with the Grand Lodge. Also, we have basically this CSA. Oh yeah, they just puppeted the Afro-American resistance. This is so crazy already. Lots of the Chinese warlords fighting it out to try to see who can unite China first. The Zan Bandit Suppression Force. These are just bandits. Lots of puppeting going on. Also, lots of conquering. That's also mainly in China, as you can imagine. The French state is currently trying to help their puppets fight. Well, now it is French. Oh, these guys are trying to revolt away from the French Empire. I see. Russia is fighting Finland. This is the Soviet Russia. Oh, that is actually not Finland. That is former Russian territory, which I guess Finland was also former Russian territory too. Man, oh man, just look at these teams begin to form up. United American Socialist Front. Who are you teammates with? Oh, are all the communists gonna team up together? That would make sense. Now France is looking to fight Yemen. Will the Russian state instantly destroy the USSR, which is actually the SFSR? It's kind of different. Oh boy, wait, did Canada did not puppet Grand Lodge, or no, they did. Now they're trying to gain their independence. Canada's gonna obliterate all this very divided USA more than likely. And Portugal was able to achieve what the Germans always wanted. They called it Middle Africa, but of course it was in the German language. They are extending from Mozambique all the way to Angola, and they might get even the Belgian Congo next. Yeah, definitely kick the Belgians out of the Congo, please. Oh man, and the alliance map mode continues to get crazier and crazier. Oh, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. France and the British Empire are both united. Oh, are you guys all fascist too? The Kingdom of Belgium, no, they're a monarchy, and then just the Netherlands. Certain teams are beginning to form here in Germany out of the broken German states. The Federal Republic of... Wait, did someone already destroy Bavaria? I believe they did. Also, we have the Czechoslovakia Republic. Norway's going after Sweden right now. These are two monarchs. We've got the Orenburg Cossack government. The Cossacks are back in Russia. Look at how messy Central Asia is, which shouldn't be surprising. The Russian Empire was massive. They collapsed, the British Raj collapsed, and the Chinese all collapsed. This is crazy. Look at the Kingdom of Tibet go. They're looking pretty good right now. Look at all these notes. I can't even keep up with all this. Oh, the Afro-American resistance, they were held up inside of Miami. They do just barely exist, but not much. Surprisingly, the Grand Lodge, I keep mispronouncing that, they actually took some territory from Canada. Revolts in French West Africa, so Chad actually just regained their independence. So that's actually a pretty big... Oh my gosh, the French state just took some massive L's. They lost French West Africa. They still have overseas territories pretty much everywhere, though. The old empire's trying their best to keep the world still under their power. It's basically just the Brits and the French, because the US don't even exist. I mean, the Germans are a complete mess. It is all just the French and British Empire, but they're not going to be able to keep this all together. Look at the United States of Brazil go, with which they're just allied to Uruguay right now, but oh, the French are now going after the German Republic, which the German Republic, so they collapsed, but now they just came back. They are allied to the former German territory over here. Texas is just allied to the American Liberation Army. We've already killed, we're getting down to 50 nations. Oh, Africa is going to go crazy inside of this continent. There's so many independent powers that just became independent too. Oh, the British Empire do still exist in modern-day Nigeria. The French did not win their war over the German Republic. In fact, the Germans actually annexed Amsterdam. The Germans might be able to cause World War II even in this world. Even though when they were supposed to collapse, never underestimate the power of Germany causing world wars. They're so good at that. Now the Russian state is going after a lot of Siberia and a couple of Chinese warlords. Oh, there's revolts happening too at the same time. Japan is maybe inching their way forward closer and closer to the Asian continent, well, Asia mainland. Siam or Thailand looking pretty good. Laos is looking nice. The French, Chochina, they've gotten independent. They're not even controlled by France anymore. Chaos in North America as the British are actually trying to regain more land. Oh wow, this is a nice team that's just kind of formed. Did Mexico just revolt? Oh, Ecuador is taking over south of Mexico. We have possibly California getting ready to die. The American Liberation Army just puppeted the Mormon state of Idaho, and they're moving in after... Oh, with the help of Mexico, too? The Ford Motor Company is just chilling here, making their cars, trying to lie low. Probably no German sympathizers. I don't know. Wait, I am judging. The Free City of New York is still going, and they're allied to the American corporate government. Forgot to mention Alaska's here, and they are independent. I don't know what that means. I don't want to know. Okay, so the USSR is basically gone at this point. I don't even know what these colors are. Oh my gosh. Okay, the Kingdom of Spain has eliminated France. At least they've eliminated France from continental Europe. The mafia's here? I didn't even check that. The Sicilian mafia is retaking Italy. That's funny. I'm not surprised about that. Also, Sardinia is independent. Look at all the friends that Spain has with Algeria and the Sultan of Tripolitania. Okay, so France is essentially dead. I think that they might have overseas territory, but I don't know. Oh, they do. The French state does still exist, but just barely. They exist in, I think this is like Fiji and Madagascar and a part of Middle Africa. And the British still exist just in, like, they've extended their Hong Kong territory, but they're also in continental Europe still. Oh, California kind of Uno reverse card the American Liberation Army. Oregon Soviet Republic, these are some of the only communists that are doing very good. Oh, Canada's taken over a large chunk of Michigan and I think Illinois. Portugal just became a puppet of the Kingdom of Canada. Be careful what Canada's gonna do. Is Spain and the German Republic gonna be allied? Only time will tell. Surprised Polish Belarus have not done anything. The Western Volunteer Army here in the Baltic states, oh, they are allied, so it's like a Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, essentially. These guys have taken over for the USSR, but we'll see if they die. Forgot to mention that Iran is kind of it's the sublime state of Persia. Is it sublime? I don't know about that. Hashemite Kingdom in Iraq. There's just Palestine here. There is no Israel. The timeline diverged way before Israel actually formed in our universe. The Far Eastern Republic has revolted quite a bit. Oh, and the Australians have fully annexed New Zealand, so they've got a good chunk. They're looking pretty good over here. They're lying low, though. Australia looks good. Canada looks good. Brazil looks good. And then all this chaos. Has there been any wars in India at all? Lucknow government? Benin, Israel? So there isn't Israel, but they put it in India. What the hell? What is going on? Almost missed that. Okay, so that is the de facto Jewish state, I guess? Oh, that's a big Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. And they're taking the Ukrainian free... Oh, Belarus just popped out. How could you be called Polish-Belarusian? And then there's also... I guess you can do anything in this world, honestly. Spain looks good, but they need more friends, to be honest. Yeah, this Latin American team looks really nice. All of the Spanish-speaking parts specifically. Biggest country by far still is the Kingdom of Canada, and then it is the Russian state, surprisingly. Oh, wait, no, that's not. They were always number 2. I thought that was the Soviet version. Then it's Australia, then it's Brazil, then it's the Far East Republic over here. And there's a lot of movement happening, but also a lot of revolts at the very same time. We're still ultimately losing countries, even though countries are also getting their independence, which is making this even more interesting. Oh, look at Australia get all of Indonesia. Did they just annex that overnight? The Philippines are finally doing something. Siam's trying to chill. Wow, that's a huge team that's forming in China. Oh, now Canada's beginning to annex Portugal lands because Portugal got puppeted. Things are beginning to clean up slightly more in China, but not much. Oh, the Falkland Islands, are they independent? I think they are independent, and they're allied to Chile, surprisingly. Is French West Africa finally going to get eliminated? They're fighting the Spanish team right now. There's a 3-way war happening here in the Middle East between Iraq, the Sultan of... it's basically Arabia, and then the Kingdom of Egypt. Egypt's actually looking massive. Oh, Spain is beginning to puppet more and more. I think they're even puppeting, or they're annexing puppets. Tibet is going good. Actually, Tibet is allied to the Bengali Sultanate, also the Lucknow government. Also, is this Nepal? Yeah, essentially. Oh, look at the real Nepal flag. And the Philippines are currently being annexed by the Japanese because they got puppeted over here. Do not count out the Japanese, especially because they can start attacking Hawaii if they wanted. Is the Ford company doing something? No, but the American Liberation Army is going after Canada. Spain actually took London away. That's crazy. Oh, we finally have a big country coming out on top. It's actually the United American Socialists. Let's see if they can keep this up, though. There's still 128 nations on this map, but lots of... oh my gosh, lots of changes are happening inside of... I think, did the Jewish state... Portugal was here? Oh, from Goa. I forgot about that. Yeah, they are here in Goa. Yeah, the Jews in India, they got eliminated. And now we're seeing, okay, that is the one nation that I didn't think was going to come out on top, that I probably was rooting against. We're going to have to say this if they win, aren't we? Well, we'll see if the Cubans can fight them off. Oh my gosh, they are invading through Florida right now. Is Portugal back? Did Portugal get their independence? They did. They revolted away from Canada and they were successful. Not much has at all been happening with Ireland here, I see. That's crazy. Look at the Germans still go. Germany looks like Germany, and they've got friends. Siam has actually jumped to the south of China. The Philippines have been fully annexed. Ooh, Australia is dealing with some revolts. I think Indonesia reappeared in the game. There's 100 nations left. Oh my gosh, Egypt's getting huge. Who was that? Was that Portugal that just died? Oh, Spain is just annexing more and more and more. Oh yeah, Spain just puppeted. Oh, Spain killed the Brits. Essentially, they were puppeted and they were trying to fight for their freedom. The United States of Brazil is slowly taking over South America. They wiped out Colombia and Ecuador. Was there always this German African nation here? I think there was. I don't think I noticed them. They're just huge now. Dang, the Soviets are actually still going. Again, I don't even know if it is technically the Soviets, but basically. The visible empire of the second, yeah. They have a puppet. They do have a puppet. Not anymore, actually. They lost. Oh, they're allied to Canada. Oh, boy. All right, Canada, I see you. The monarchs in Canada is working with these guys. Desperate times, I guess. Spain has wiped out Germany. Western Volunteer Army is getting really large. That is a massive team that is beginning to form out of the Russian state. How did they get all these alliances? Oh, Mongolia is looking large. Oh, Japan is wiped out. Japan just got wiped out. That's crazy. And Brazil's really going nuts, and they've also allied everyone else in their continent. Kingdom of Canada and the Russian state are still the biggest, so is Brazil and Australia, but look at Egypt go, look at the Russian SFSR, they refuse to die, Free Siberian Republic, the Russian army over here, it's actually the Russian army in Mongolia. This was a former puppet, they gained their freedom, by the way, and now the Russian state is taking over a lot of Eastern Europe. They've puppeted the Polish. This is a weird, I mean, it's like fascism, but also with like communist vibes, this flag. Spain just got kicked out of Iberia by Portugal, and the American Liberation Army is kind of back with the help of California and the United Mexican States. The Delhi Commune. Okay, so these are Soviets here versus the Emirates of Afghanistan. I like how I've been, making this video for a minute. There's still new nations that I'm discovering. Brazil annexed pieces of Mexico. Meanwhile, Mexico is going deep inside of American territory. How did the Far Eastern Republic get over to Panama? How did they do that? Oh, the Kingdom of Serbs, Croats. That's right. Oh my gosh, they're huge. How did they get all this? Oh, the Sicilian Mafia is gone. Damn. San Marino got pretty large. I mean, I'm assuming they started as literally a couple pixels. Maybe they didn't actually. They might not have. The United States of Brazil has just united with Bolivia. And actually, the British Empire is still going, technically. Funny. Oh, they got their islands back. Oh yeah, there's some world wars happening. There are so many wars happening in pretty much all the continents. Finally, someone has cleaned up Eastern Asia, also South Asia for that matter, for the most part. Okay, Brazil is over here in South Asia. I have no idea how that is possible. And the Far Eastern Republic is looking to take over the majority of China and Japan. New England still exists, and they're allied to the South. I'm just going to call them the South. And the Kingdom of Canada. Man, really watch Egypt. Egypt also allied to the, basically Yugoslavia. That's a lot. That's a mouthful, guys. Kingdom of Serbs, Croats, and Slovenians. Slovenians? I thought it was Slovenians. In quite the Uno reverse card, the Russian SFSR is actually taking over a lot of the Russian state. The Russian state might die, actually. Funny enough, the Brazilians... Oh, man, the Brazilians did for a second there puppet the Deep South. It's just funny because Brazil and the Deep South... There's Confederates that live in Brazil to this day. The Russian state has decided to merge with this Chinese warlord, Click Ching Hai Ma. Siam is actually still going. Also, it looks like the communists have taken over India. Kingdom of Egypt and German Africa just united. That is a fun one. Canada does not look so good anymore. They did take over Alaska, and I think they're starting to get into parts of Siberia. The Soviet Russians and the Kingdom of Sweden just united. Yeah, look at Brazil just dominate North America right now. Do I smell a comeback from the British Empire? I don't even know how they got here. I have no idea who's going to win this. And here are the teams, though. There's lots of different teams. The teams are constantly changing, though. Also, puppets are constantly changing. Well, hold on. There's the puppets. There's actually not that many puppets right now, but we're at the stage of the game where nations are, like, uniting and annexing puppets left and right. Russia's not looking too good, and they're dead now. So that explains some stuff. They ran out of money, and now Egypt is looking huge. And so is Delhi, actually. I still think it's pretty much anyone's game right now, with only 10 nations left. And Egypt just annexed Australia. That's a huge win. I'm surprised Australia let them just die like that. Definitely was not expecting anyone in the middle of the map to come out on top. That's crazy. Egypt with the dub. Egypt with German Africa. That's a pretty cool victory. I've never seen them win before. Well, I guess thanks for collapsing after World War I, Germany. Thank you to my patrons this month. Drew seems like the kind of guy who never loses the remote. Drew's Argentinian Trust Fund. Rip Grandpa. Drew Supremacy League. Alexander the Terrible. Carmel S. Connor Pavlik. Douche Baggins. Frederick Tiblin. King. Bear Hayes. Luxembourg Lover. Miglu. The Goat. Nolan. Nord Tyrol. And Tambrin.